Welcome to Kick on Sports. This is Coach Charles in the house. Where do we start? Because, hey, believe you or not, Manchester United had only 4 crosses. 4 crosses the entire game. Imagine, you have Shesko up there, only 4 crosses. Manchester United had less possession than Fulham. Imagine that. Manchester United lost possession more than Fulham. Imagine that. Now, these are questions that are being raised. What is really happening at Manchester United? Is this the good times that we talked about? Is this the good times that Amorim promised? Because this guy said the bad is in the past. We are going forward. We're going to look at. We're going to be better. We're going to play better. And yes, the management has given this guy some of the best strikers out there. Cunha over 15 goals. Shesko over 15 goals. Mbeumo over 15 goals. But still, nothing. Nothing. Yesterday I was sitting mad. I was mad. Because what we are looking at is not what Amorim promised. This guy promised us heaven and earth. But right now we are receiving hell. This is not what Amorim promised. I am so disappointed in this second game of the season. These guys gave us hope in the very first game. Against Arsenal, Manchester United was so good. These guys was so good. It's like that first date where you were scared, but then you didn't get what you wanted, but at least there's so much hope. So you wait for a week, an entire week for the next date. And then Manchester United gives you Fulham performance. A performance that is so lethargic, it is so wasteful, it's basically useless having this many signings and doing nothing with it. Anyway, this is Coach Charles. Welcome to Kick on Sports. Consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. But for those who've subscribed, thank you very much as we move on. Anyway, 5 things that we saw. Five things that we saw in this game. There are a lot of things that we saw in this game, but there are 5 that just stick out. Number 1, Bruno is not a number 8. Has never been a number 8. Will never be a number 8. Bruno has never been a number 6. He will never be a number 6. And why do you insist on playing Bruno in these 2 positions? Because at some point, Bruno was a number 6 against Fulham. He was partnered with Mason Mount. These are 2 number 10. These guys we know very well. It is not even rocket science. This is just basic knowledge of football. These 2 guys are not midfielders. These guys are number 10s. The guys who like to play closer to the opponent's goal. And that is where they're supposed to be. But look at this game. Bruno at number 6. Bruno at number 8. It doesn't make sense. It's like Amorim is scared of playing in the middle of the field. He's 100% scared. Because you will never win a game in the Premier League if you cannot control that middle of the pack. That is where everything happens. That is the engine of the football that is played in English football. You cannot bypass the midfield by playing around the midfield. You need to be in the midfield to be able to perform. So basically, Bruno is lost. This is our best player for the last 5 seasons. This guy has been performing. This guy has been up there doing the right thing. But in this system, where Amorim doesn't want him to play as a number 10, Bruno is lost. Lost. And even missing that penalty, I can't blame him. People lose penalty every day. Kenya lost CHAN quarterfinals through penalties. So penalties is a gamble. But the real issue is in the day-to-day performance of Bruno in the middle of the pack. As a number 6 and number 8, this is wasting Bruno Fernandes. Do you agree with me? What is your opinion? What do you think? Because I think that is something that people should start talking about. Bruno is being wasted by this Amorim system. Now, the second thing that we saw in this game is that tactically we are off. This system is flawed. In fact, I'm losing hope in this 3-4-3 system. I am losing totally all the hope that I thought I had. Because we cannot insist on playing 5 defenders every day. If you add the goalkeeper, those are 6 bloody defenders. If you add the number 6, those are 7 defenders. So basically, you are banking everything on 4 players to bring a goal for you. 4 players. Because when Dogu plays, he's a defender to start with. So all his mind is in defense. You know? So even if he overlaps, even if he brings those crosses, which he didn't, we'll talk about that later. We have so many defenders in this game that we cannot win anything. We cannot win anything in this system. This system is flawed. It denies Manchester United authority in the middle of the park. It takes away all the need that we have for midfielders. Manchester United keeps talking about buying a midfielder, Baleba, I don't know who, you know. Yet we have one of our best midfielders in Kobe Mainoo just rotting on the bench. This guy has been seated on the bench 2 games in a row. This guy had a full preseason. He was fit. He was doing everything. In fact, during the holidays, we will see him do so much, him and Yoro. Now you can see the effect that has happened. Yoro is doing so well. So the question is, why don't you give Mainoo chance to play? Give the boy a chance to play. Let him play in his favorite position, which is in the middle of the park. So Amorim has to change this system. That brings me to the third point. Now, before I say this, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to Kick On Sports, because this is layman stuff. We talk layman, and I feel you will agree with me. The third thing, Amorim needs an alternative system from the 3-4-3 system. We need an alternative system, a go-to system when things are not working. Because things were not working. Things didn't work against Fulham completely. So we need a system that will include an extra midfielder in that game. It doesn't matter what Amorim decides. If he sticks with his 3 at the back, then make the midfield 5 and 2 attackers. If he sticks on this system, you can even make the midfield 6 and stick with 1 striker. But above all, we need an alternative system to this system. The 3-4-3 system is not working. It has not worked. It has not been working. And against Fulham, we saw its flaws. In fact, the minute Fulham brought in 2 extra midfielders, we were done. Sander Berg was the best midfielder. This guy that we refused to buy when Ten Hag was the coach. So an alternative system to what we have will really work. Because if I look at Manchester United, even a 4-3-3 system will suit us so well. Even a 4-4-2 system will suit us so well. All these other systems will work at Manchester United except Ruben Amorim's preferred 3-4-3 system. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? That is a question I keep asking. Do you agree with me? Now, the fourth aspect that we saw in this game, 200 million in attack. No crosses comes in. No crosses. We are playing wing backs. There is nothing coming from the wings. Only 4 crosses. An entire 90 minutes. Then why did we bring Shesko? 7 foot tall. The guy is so tall, he can touch the sky. Yet you cannot cross the ball to him. There were no passes to the offensive team, to the offensive players. No passes to Mbeumo in the last third. No passes to Cunha in the last third. No passes to Shesko in the last third. Meaning that these guys have to come for their own balls. They have to run at defenders. They don't even have the opportunity to just receive the ball and tap in. There are no such things at Manchester United. So we are wondering what is going on. You know, 200 million in investment and nothing is happening. Come on, Manchester United. Lastly, we cannot continue with the goalkeeping situation that we have at Manchester United. If this guy cannot replace the goalkeeper as soon as possible, then we do not need to play any other game. Because Bayern was pathetic. This guy cannot defend crosses. This guy cannot defend corners. He cannot defend deliveries deep into his own goal because he is scared. He is scared because the defense was so good. Yoro is so good. Delete was good. Shaw was average, but still he did his bit. But the goalkeeper was pathetic. And I'll say this again. Manchester United need to do away with these 2 keepers that we have that we believe are not good enough for the club. That is the only way. That is the only direction that the club will take that will lead to success. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen to this club. Anyway, that is Kick On Sports 5 items that we saw in this game. And I believe you believe me. I believe you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, give me your ideas. Share on the comment. And above all, consider subscribing to Kick On Sports. Give me a like. Share this video widely. And let's keep watching. Because at this rate, Ruben Amorim, your cooking is soon gonna be burnt, and firing you is the next stage that Manchester United will start talking about. Ruben must go is a situation that is very, 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 very close to happening because of what we are seeing. See you in a bit.